What's up, guys? This is Chris here, and today we're going to be talking about some of the best concealed carry pistols on the market. We're going to be going over what I think are the 7 best for the money. You guys work hard for your money, and in 2025, it is tough to get by, and you want the best gun for the money. You want the most you can get for your dollar, and that's what we're trying to do here today. We're trying to give you the most reliable handguns. We're trying to give you the best shooting handguns with the most features, with the best track record and the best warranty, all for the right price, and I think we've done it. Over the course of the last 10 years of reviewing firearms, I've had the opportunity to shoot most of them pretty well. I tried to get a good mix of firearms on this list from a couple different manufacturers and a couple different calibers. That way, there's something for everybody. Now, there won't be any revolvers on the list. That will be a separate list. These are all going to be semi-automatic handguns. They're honestly more popular anyway.
Before we get into Chris's list of best carry pistols for the money, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, TacPack. Along with all these carry pistols on this list, TacPack also wants to deliver high value for low cost. If you've never heard of TacPack before, it is like getting the coolest gear delivered to your door every month.
That's my favorite charging handle, so that's lucky.
TacPack has 2 main tiers, the standard and the plus. Make sure you use the code HONESTOUTLAW for a free $60 tactical gift. As always, thank you to TacPack for sponsoring today's video. If you love our free, honest content, make sure you show TacPack some love.
Without further ado, let's get right into it here with number 7. Sort of a new kid on the block. Well, kind of. It is the Ruger RXM. Now, the Ruger RXM is a Glock Gen 3 clone with basically all the features Glock should have put into their gun from the get-go. The Ruger RXM is slightly less boring than a Glock, which is great, and it's as good a value as a Taurus, and you don't have to buy 3 or 4 of them to get a good one. The Ruger RXM has a 4-inch barrel. It's striker fired and polymer framed. It has a 23-ounce weight and an MSRP of around $499. However, they can be had for as low as $400 or even $375 if you're looking in the right spots. Comes with 2 mags, but they take Glock mags, so the most readily available and affordable magazine. You can pretty much get them anywhere. They are optics ready out of the box, which is very impressive, and they come with a standard capacity of 15+1 with tritium sights. Now, that would be impressive on its own. However, the Ruger RXM is actually just as reliable as the Glock. We mud tested it and it did extremely well. Little bit of mud killed it. Hey, it worked. It ran itself out. And it honestly shoots a little better. The trigger is better out of the box. The grip is more comfortable, and it also has the fire control unit in it, just like a Sig P365. So if you want to change it out for a different grip, maybe different ergonomics, maybe a bigger or smaller grip, you can do that. You get more than one gun for the Ruger RXM, which helps make it such a good gun for the money. You don't have to buy another serialized part. You can straight up change the grip whenever you want. It also is a collaboration with Magpul, so you know it's going to be quality. Magpul is sort of universal as far as magazines and accessories go, as being some of the best in the industry, with some of the best polymer, which you can also enjoy on the Ruger RXM. Reliable, accurate, and for under $400, but we're just getting started. In at number 6, we have the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. Now, the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard is probably my favorite concealed carry gun of the last few years personally. It fits a niche that I really appreciate. It is the first really small gun that you can actually shoot really well. Oh! It's accurate enough.
Oh my God.
It is a striker-fired polymer frame, stack and a half 380 pistol with a 10 or 12 round magazine capacity. It comes with a 2.75-inch barrel, a phenomenal trigger for the size of the gun, a tritium front sight, and an improved grip by far over the original. If you shot the original Bodyguard, the 2.0 is a completely different gun. They might as well have changed the name. Now, what really ups the ante is they came out with a new carry comp. So not only did you have a nice, super lightweight, shootable 380 ACP that that packs a good capacity of 10 to 12 rounds. Now you can get one straight out of the factory with a compensator to have absolutely no recoil anymore with your concealed carry gun. Now, the best part about the gun is the weight, in my personal opinion. It's still decent enough to shoot. I mean, I have pretty big hands. I'm 6'4" and I can shoot it relatively well. And it carries so great because it's under 10 ounces. 10 ounces. And you can still pack a capable caliber. But I think the best part about it is the MSRP is around $450, and these things can be had for around $350 to $400 if you look, making them not only one of the best concealed carry pistols on the market, certainly the smallest and lightest shootable concealed carry pistol on the market, but they also are extremely good for the money. Now, the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard is so fun, it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense that a gun that small is that shootable. Kind of the most fun you can have with your pants on, at least with a 380. Now, someday maybe this will be a little higher on the list, but for right now, I kind of put it at the number 6 spot because it's not as proven as some of the other guns on this list. It doesn't have quite the same track record since it's sort of the new kid on the block from the last few years. Now, in at number 5, we have an OG, one of my personal favorite carry guns of all time, and that's going to be the CZ P365. Sadly, it doesn't come with a soy latte because CZs aren't just for hipsters anymore, but I think you can still get them in Portland. Now, the CZ P365 is a phenomenal polymer frame compact carry gun with a double single action trigger. It's the first gun on the list that isn't a striker fired gun, which may knock it a little bit for some people and may bump it up a little bit for some people. Personally, I like the double single action. It is a very safe mechanism, especially for new shooters to carry, but particularly shooters that carry appendix, because the double action trigger is sort of like an extra safety that you don't have to turn on and off. You just pull the trigger slightly harder and the gun's still going to go off, so you don't have to worry about fumbling with a safety or racking around in the chamber, and you still have a perfectly safe concealed carry that isn't going to go off in your pants like maybe a Sig 320. On top of that, when you are reholstering is usually when accidents happen, and on a double single action gun, you can take your thumb, you can put it on the hammer, and you can ride the hammer when you reinsert the gun into your holster to guarantee that nothing bad happens to your fun bits. Double single action is great, but the CZ P365 is not a one-trick pony. It has integral slide serrations, making the slide lighter, reducing the mass, and reducing the recoil impulse. It has a big dust cover and a very comfortable grip if you have big hands. On top of that, the gun comes in at less than $400 in many cases and is one of the most reliable pistols made on planet Earth. I have beat the crap out of these guns. I've had multiple versions of them and they're all pretty excellent. Now, the gun itself is around 28 ounces, making it a little bit heavier than the Ruger or the Smith & Wesson, but it also handles recoil extremely well and is very accurate and very shootable. If you're looking for a double single action gun, it's hard to do better than that for concealed carry, and it still gets in my winter rotation even a decade later. In at number 4, we have the Sig P365 X Macro. Now, the Sig P365 sort of changed the game when it came to concealed carry guns. They invented the stack-and-a-half magazine capacity, and because of that, they became one of, if not the most popular concealed carry gun on the market. But what's the best 365? Is it the tiny little guy? Is it the medium guy? Or is it the X Macro? I think personally it's the macro version, because even though it has the capacity of a full-size gun, 17+1 in a striker-fired configuration with a 3.7-inch barrel, but it is super lightweight at only 20 ounces and it's only 1 inch wide, making it almost a full-size gun that carries better than a Glock 19. On top of that, for around $550 to $650, the gun comes with an integrated compensator in the slide that reduces the recoil of the lightweight, relatively snappy gun. It has a really good trigger, and it also has the fire control unit, so if you are unhappy with the full-size grip and the full-size capacity, you can make it smaller by buying pretty affordable grip modules and having more than one gun for your single serialized part, just like the Ruger RXM. But unlike the Ruger RXM, the Sig P365 is a very lightweight and thin gun. It has a higher capacity than the Ruger while being lighter and thinner. It also comes with an integrated optics mount for the Shield RMS, which is a very sturdy mount and a very good choice in my personal opinion. Whether you like Sig today or not, you can't deny the P365 is an excellent gun. In at number 3, we have a gun from this year, but I like this gun so much when I was shooting it, it was hard for me not to put it on this list, so it ended up at number 3. That's going to be the Canik MC9 Prime. Now, the Canik Prime is an incredible gun. Let's start there. It is a polymer frame striker fired pistol, very similar to some of the others on the list. However, it does have some interesting features on it that separates it from the pack. It has phenomenal texture on the grip, probably better than almost any other gun on this list. It has a triple port comp in the front of its 3.5-inch barrel. It has a capacity of 17 rounds, making it more than capable to handle any situation while still being about the same width as a P365, only an inch wide and incredibly light at 22 ounces. The gun is unbelievably shootable, partially because of the comp I mentioned earlier, but mostly because of the trigger. The Canik Prime has one of the best triggers you can get in a firearm. It has the serrated flat face that breaks at 90 degrees, and the trigger pull weight is around 3.5 pounds, making it damn near 2011 good for the price of around $599. Add the comp, add the red dot, and add that great trigger, put it all together and put it in a ultra lightweight package, and you have one of the most shootable small guns that has ever been introduced in the market. The Canik Prime is incredibly shootable, incredibly fast and accurate, and has very few downsides, and one of those is not price. You can't really get much better than that. And if you run out of your 17 rounds, it comes with an integrated mag well and a few mags, so reloads are not a problem. Now, if you want to hear more about the Canik Prime, we are going to have a full 1,000-round review, so stay tuned, subscribe to check that out. In at number 2, we have the CZ P10 series. Now, I wasn't sure which one to pick because it sort of depends on you and your body type. You might be a skinny little f*** and you want a small gun like a CZ P10S, or you might be a big old boy and you want a CZ P10C, or maybe even a CZ P10C ported. I'm not here to judge. You decide. We're all about body positivity here. Now, the CZ P10 series has been one of the best guns, if not the best gun, for the money for a very long time. And recently, they came out with a new one, which is actually pretty exciting. They came out with the CZ P10 ported, which might be the best ported gun on the market for the money, which we'll talk about in a sec. But if you're interested in the small version, the CZ P10S is a 3-inch barreled variant of the P10. It has a 12-round capacity, a polymer frame, and a striker-fired trigger. It has a very light slide and a very good trigger. For a gun that is in some cases less than $300, in many stores I have seen this gun for less than $300. It is one of the most shootable and most reliable guns you can get on the market, and certainly the most shootable and most reliable gun under the $300 mark. The CZ P10S is a very good gun, but I think a slightly better gun is the P10C ported. If you actually pick the guns up, it's only slightly bigger and it shoots much better. That's the new version for this year, 4-inch barrel with a big single port comp in it. It has the same awesome trigger, you get 2 more rounds per capacity, and it's only about an ounce more for a significantly more shootable gun in my personal opinion. Now, the P10S comes for around $300 and the P10C is around $450 to $500, and I think they're both an incredible buy. Very reliable, very accurate, and super shootable. Arguably a more shootable gun in every way than the Glock 19, just as reliable and half the price. Now, we won't be doing any honorable mentions for this video. I think we're just going to get right into it. With number 1, it is my carry gun. Of course it is. This is my channel. What were you thinking? It is the Shield Plus Performance Center. Now, the Shield Plus has been my concealed carry gun for the last several years. It has been on many lists, but it deserved them all. The reason why is because I trust it more than any other gun. It has a size and weight ratio that is the personal best for me. It is a striker-fired polymer frame pistol with a 3-inch barrel, a 10, 12, or 15 round capacity of 9mm, and it is the most shootable small 9mm that I've personally ever fired. Oftentimes we'll bring a series of micro 9s out to the range. I'll bring like the FN Reflex, the Sig P365, the Glock 43X, the Kimber Mako, and I let everybody shoot those, and then I let them shoot my shield. And every time people have a big smile on their face, they're like, man, I should get one of these.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm turning into a Shield Plus girl, honestly.
Everyone who shoots it does. If you shoot not only the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, but if you shoot the ported edition, the Performance Center edition, it will change your mind on whatever carry gun you're carrying now. The gun is incredibly lightweight at around 21 ounces. It has a 3-inch barrel, very similar in size to the P365, except for maybe a hair bigger, but it shoots like a full-size gun. It is a very shootable gun, very low recoil, great sights out of the box, and the twin V-porting on the Performance Center is only about 50 to 75 bucks more, and it decreases the recoil at least 25%, making it very, very shootable. Now, the regular Shield Plus usually comes to market around $400, and you get the Performance Center for around $500. Now, why I think it's the best concealed carry gun for the money is because it's the perfect size to carry all day without you noticing at all, but the gun's so shootable that you can use it for a home defense gun even if you want to. Use a 10-round magazine when you're carrying it, and then you can have a couple of 15-rounders in your pocket, and then when you're at home on the nightstand, you can put those 15-rounders in it and have a very capable home defense gun as well. I absolutely love the Shield Plus. It's been super reliable. I have 4 of them now. None of them have had any issues. All of them are accurate out to 100 yards, and all of them are screaming fast up close. The Shield Plus MSRP is around $500, but you can find them for about $400. The Performance Center edition, the MSRP is around $600 to $650. However, again, you can find them for around $500 if you look. MSRP is sort of a suggested price, and if you live in California, you might have to pay $200 more than that. If you live in Iowa or Idaho or someplace reasonable, you can usually get it for less than that. It is really situational. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out Oklahoma shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.